League of Legends and Undertale have been the most influential games for me in the past decade. Hey everyone, my name is Justin, and today I want to showcase probably one of the dumbest ideas I've ever had. One day I just thought to myself, why not play one really good game and one really shit game at the same time? I'll let you decide which is which. With that being said, in the genocide route of Undertale, you must go against Sans, my personal favorite character. I can actually do a pretty good impression of him. Check this out. Anyways, his fight is known for being extremely difficult, widely regarded as the most difficult fight in all of Undertale. So here's the challenge. I have to beat Sans and win a ranked game at the same time. The rules are simple. Number 1, I must play solo. Number 2, I must beat Sans and win the ranked game. Number 3, I only have one attempt to beat Sans. And number 4, I must beat Sans during the league game. If I do so afterwards, it does not count. After, well, not so much research, the only way to really do this challenge is through playing the most innovative and skill-expressive champion available, Yuumi. By the way, I'm playing on my Diamond 1 account Smurf that happens to be a higher rank than my main, so the stakes are indeed pretty high. Of course, I am doing my best to both win the game and beat Sans. Challenges are nothing new to League. TF Blade in his 90% win rate to Challenger, Global Rank 1, Tyler 1 in his multi-role Challenger, and probably the hardest challenge of all, Faker and Bengi winning 3 World Championship titles. Faker might even win his 4th, who knows. But can any of them win a game in high elo while beating Sans? I think not. Going into the challenge, I thought winning a high diamond game playing Yuumi and getting only one shot to beat Sans would be the toughest part. And oh boy, was I wrong. 2 words. Champion select. I've already played more than 2,000 ranked games this season alone, and in those games, maybe 10 times in total, I've been filled mid. However, in just one day alone, I got filled not once, but twice. This means I pretty much had to dodge. I'm not trying to ruin games for my own personal needs, and that is never okay, even for content. No! But getting filled is merely just scraping the surface. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yuumi is fucking permabanned. I honestly deserve an award for this. Fuck the challenge. After Yuumi became pick or ban at Worlds, I adamantly believe I was more likely to win the lottery than get struck by lightning 8 times in a row on a sunny day, then get attacked by a shark and then have a vending machine fall on me, than get Yuumi. Dodging is already a pretty big problem, so getting into a game is hard enough in higher MMR, but that in addition to Yuumi's 42% ban rate in Diamond 2 plus NA really puts the cherry on top. I done goofed this one real bad. Fortunately, every time Yuumi was open, I ended up getting her, so it wasn't all that bad. Okay, well, they banned Yuumi, which means that my... This is not a good time. And this game sucks. Fuck! Wow. Okay. Dude, Yuumi's always the last fucking man. Now on to the run itself. I queue up solo, got support, saw that my AD carry wanted to play Kate, which I luckily am, and I asked him to first pick me Yuumi. Can we pick me Yuumi, please, for the love of all things holy? Yeah, let's pick me Yuumi. Yeah. Oh! Man, the relief I had when Yuumi wasn't bad. And after getting Yuumi and having the game go through, I was already celebrating. Let's fucking go! We got into the game! It's winnable. Can you believe that? The challenge hasn't even fucking started and I already felt like I won. I never stated in the rules, but I'm only allowed to start the fight with Sans once we load into the game. Doing it during the loading screen I viewed as cheating. So once the game loads in, this is when the challenge actually begins. The first minute and a half is actually the easiest since nothing really happens. I mean, level 1 shenanigans can happen, and I've seen them happen pretty often, but fortunately, didn't happen this game. Unfortunately, I made some uncharacteristic mistakes in the first few attacks. Oh, okay. Now, time to start. I already messed up. By the way, I have beaten Sans legitimately on an actual Undertale file, but that was when I was in the 11th grade, so about 4 years ago. So I was working purely off of muscle memory and the practice I've got just from doing this challenge and practicing during Q. By his fourth attack, I had already lost more than half my HP, but I wasn't worried for a reason you'll see later. Once I gave a really bad leash and got to lane with Kate, I realized I took the wrong runes due to being so ecstatic from actually having a game go through when I could play Yuumi. Also, Megalovania is a banger. I've heard it non-stop for the past few days, and I never got tired of it. Toby Fox, you good sir, are a genius. Nunu went for an early gank, which we survived, in addition to our solo lanes getting ahead early, which is a pretty nice change of pace. Usually my solo lanes tend to int early, and it gave us a pretty solid start. Of course, in the downtime when I knew I wasn't really going to be doing anything, I would be fighting Sans and doing my best to use the in-game sound to have an idea of when I need to tap back. Here comes another hurdle. I don't play with in-game sound, so the sounds were actually really distracting and I still had no idea what the fuck was going on. I eventually get Sans tired, so I can heal up and focus more on the lead game. In high elo, the early game is the most important. A majority of games are dictated by the first 15 minutes, so I had to do the best I could at both to ensure that I complete the challenge. I tabbed back to see ourselves getting portaled on by Bard and Graves, in which I proceed to utilize my honed Yuumi mechanics to absolutely just smurf on them. This is when another obstacle arises that makes this challenge, well, challenging. After continuing the battle after Sans gets tired, bones start appearing in the menu and they can damage you. Fortunately, they can't kill you, but taking a lot of damage from them forces you to heal up, in turn prolonging the time it takes to beat him, since in order to progress, you have to keep attacking. And if you run out of items, the odds that you survive until the end become slimmer and slimmer. So then it became a race against the clock. I devised a strategy where if you go to certain items, you can hover it and not be hit. There are certain areas where the bones simply just couldn't reach you, giving me time to play League. And then when I tap back, I can simply just heal or make my move. The only issue now was the timing. Also, in Undertale, many of the bosses have gimmicks. Sans in particular has Karma, that purple thing you see on the health bar. It's like a poison and does damage over time. Traditionally, in all other fights, there's an invulnerability period after getting hit. But Sans doesn't fuck around, so there's none of that. I end up using the Butterscotch Pie, the only full healing item, a bit earlier than I wished, leaving the only two last heroes, an item that heals 40. I looked up and I saw the game time was around 11 minutes in, with the score being 18-9. I suspected that the enemy team would likely forfeit, so I began to panic. And this is where I made a grave mistake. Because I was too concerned with hitting Sans and progressing further, I skipped over the text cue that says he's going to use his final attack. I thought there would be more turns left since I was healing so much. This attack, by the way, caused 11th grade me to break a keyboard open. So, not only did I not get a chance to heal up, I alt-tabbed, and you see this blue little circle? Yeah, fuck that. When you alt-tab, I have to click on this screen, otherwise I can't move my heart. And because I forgot to do so, I ended up taking tons of damage. When you die in Undertale, the heart, which represents your soul, breaks into two. And there is no other animation to represent how I felt than that very heart breaking into two. By the time it was his final attack, it was already too late. I'd already realized that my best and probably only chance to complete the challenge slipped right through my fingers. That is, until I did this. Oh god, holy shit. Dude, I almost fucking shot myself. Holy. Oh. Oh. You tell me I'm not dreaming. Oh boy. Let me tell you guys, I have never been that focused and, well, determined in anything in my entire life. And with that, I have successfully defeated Sans during a Diamond 1 ranked game. Now, here comes the latter half of the challenge, winning the game itself. In case you forgot, I happen to be playing Yumi. Yes, the champion is pretty bonkers busted, but I was still playing Yumi. Beating Sans is 100% up to my skill alone. This league game is 100% up to everybody else. After a while, I thought the game was pretty much in the bag until I rarely get CC Chain on top of a clutch Grave smokescreen, making us about as blind as Riot to their champions is totally not overloaded kits. But fortunately, Bard got the kill, so we good. One little mishap isn't all that bad. Right? Right? I guess it's up to us. Cue the montage, baby. That's not good. And that, my dear friends, pretty much sums up this challenge. There's definitely a lot of luck involved, but certainly required skill too. This is the first challenge I've ever decided to do, and it was an absolute blast, both playing and editing this video for. And I've certainly gained a newfound respect for content creators that do challenges that are not only more time consuming, but infinitely more difficult. If you guys haven't played Undertale, make sure to play it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have played League of Legends, which is, my favorite game of all time. It is a fantastic game, of course, but Undertale has amazing characters, dialogue, the music is phenomenal as well. Really just a generation-defining game, so highly recommended. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See y'all next time.